So let's talk about solving equations and determinants and inverses and all that. So the idea is if you have some system of linear equations, this gives rise to a matrix problem where it's the coefficients that are going to determine whether this has a solution. Whoops, not a y, just a 1. And if you think about that, that makes sense. These coefficients determine the pitch of the plane, and to a large degree. And so, these numbers are controlling the angles of these three planes and how they're going to intersect. And these numbers also play a small role, but these numbers won't disqualify you. It's these numbers here that will determine whether or not you have a solution. So this is the matrix equation. Now let's answer some questions about this. One, what is the determinant of A? Well, of course, this would be a pain to do. It could certainly be done, but let's look at how we might do this on a calculator. And if you have a TI-89, I don't know how to help you, I'm afraid. But on an 83 or an 84, here's how it works. You'll notice that there's a matrix option, so second matrix. And what we can do here is we're going to edit. We want to make a new matrix. So I'll take this one. I already have something in here, but I'm going to change this matrix. I'm going to change the dimensions, so it's a 3 by 3. And then I'll put the entries in. There's 3, negative 1, 2, and then there's negative 2 divided by 3, and then there's 1, then there's minus 1, and there's 7, and there's negative 0.2, and then there's 4. So those are the entries of my matrix. Now, let's see, I want another matrix, so second matrix. I go in here, and whoops. Oh, geez. Quit. Made a little mistake there. The mistake was while I was editing this matrix, it thought I was trying to insert a matrix into the matrix, and I'm not. So I'll quit that. Go to matrix, go to edit, take B here, we'll call this B. Make this a 3 by 1 matrix. It's 8, 0, and 1. So now I have that matrix. And now I can do things to these matrices. So I can do the determinant. So go to math. Actually, that's not true. Go under second matrix, rather. And then we go into the math. So this is a math menu for matrices, and there's a DET, there's a determinant. And then I want to tell it to take the determinant of A. So I go to second matrix, and then I have these names. So if I select A here, it puts the name into the matrix math function determinant, and it returns a value. It equals 2. This is the determinant. So we know there is an inverse. We also know that this matrix takes the unit area and doubles it. Now, how do I solve the system of equations? It turns out to be really easy. As I said in class, the intuition is that we would do A inverse times B. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So I go second matrix, I take A, and then I just use the little minus 1. It knows what I mean by that. And then I do second matrix, go get my B vector. And so this expression is going to output another vector. So there's the vector. It says that x is equal to 11. Now, right, this is suspicious. This is probably 2/3. And then 0.2, and then I got, this is 5/6, I think. Minus 2 and 5/6. Is that what it is? What's 5/6? Is, yeah. So these are these are the answers. So I now have the answers for my system. It tells me what x is equal to. And you can do something kind of interesting here. Let's go to the matrix again. Let's take this, whoops. Let's go edit to C. Let's make this a 3 by 1. Quit. And go to second entry. There's that. And we can store those results as the matrix C. It puts them in C. And then we can check our work. It's kind of interesting. Go to the matrix menu. Take A. Go to the matrix menu. Take C. Now, if I operate on C, I should get B out. And I do. Right? It's the same thing. So that's pretty interesting. So that's how you can, and you can do this for any system, right? I think the calculator does up to 9 by 9 or 10 by 10 matrices. So if you have some system of equations like this, you just put in your matrix, put in your other vector. All right, these would be I think voltages if you're doing circuits. All right, and then just find the inverse. Right, it's really easy. Multiply by that, and you're done, and you get your answer. So that's how to use a calculator and also how to solve a system of equations.